Battle Force and Battle Knight Blazer from Wild Arms 2 by Michiko Naruke. Okay, you're either deaf or had the TV on mute if that intro didn't give you like a bit of a jolt. Most great battle themes have that striking intro to get you ready for a fight, and Battle Force does that with flying colors. The rest of this particular song is kind of lackluster. Not bad, and it's still fun to listen to, but it's nothing spectacular either. However, this game did something pretty sweet in that the main character can eventually transform into a kick-ass Black Knight named Lord Blazer, and when he does, the battle music changes with him. I love that! Battle Knight Blazer doesn't have quite the same kick-ass beginning as Battle Force does, but it goes for more intense feel, since Blazer's a totally more intense guy. Neither song is the most fantastic thing ever, but by having them combined during a single battle, it is badass. The music changing with Ashley's transformation makes the new form seem all the more powerful. It was always torture waiting to get condition green in order to do the music shift and the battle shift. Not a lot of games do that kind of thing, but the double song combined with the scream at you intro makes these my number 5. Now, armed with that knowledge, let's move on to number 4. Blinded by Light from Final Fantasy XIII by Ryo Yamazaki. Despite everyone hating on it, I really enjoyed Final Fantasy XIII, and even though Uematsu wasn't involved, I really liked the music for the game a lot too. The intro to this song isn't very strong. I know this contrasts what I just said about a good battle theme needing a good intro, but that's not what makes this song number 4 on my list. And ignoring such a key part of a battle theme means you know the song will make up for it, and it does. It's the part the intro builds up to that got me to love this song. The sweeping violin part grabbed my heart and pulled me in as a big fan of Blinded by Light. The first time I got into battle with this theme, it made me smile and lifted my spirits up hardcore. I actively went looking for all the fights I could find just to hear this song again. It's got such a sweet and fun feel to it, and very few, if any, other battle themes try to go for a lighter approach. That's why this song made it all the way to number 4. Now, let's subtract 10 from 13 to get to my number 3 pick. Mass Destruction from Persona 3 by Shoji Meguro. If you fire up this song in front of anyone who's played Persona 3, they all seem to do the same thing. Sing along to that baby 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 intro. It's crazy distinctive and very memorable. Again, like a battle theme intro should be. Then it drops into a mix between techno, rap, and jazz music, which sounds like it might be awful, but instead mixes to become pure greatness. I'll be honest, I still don't know everything the rapper says, despite playing this game for 130 or so hours. But it doesn't matter, because his deep and rough vocals adds the rough part of a battle, where the singer, who you'll hear soon, doing a sort of scat-type jazz thing, brings in some fun and passion. Also, this song totally has a cowbell in it, and cowbells are almost as good as organ solos. The jazzy singer having no real lyrics besides some more ooh yeahs and baby baby helps this song work to complement the battles rather than taking over all the attention. The techno-style beat works for me since I am a fan of techno, and the brass instruments making an appearance gives Mass Destruction a cool feeling, which I dig. This song is something I'd listen to on its own, and I enjoy singing along and hearing it repeated quite a few times. That's why it's number 3. And, fortunately, I don't have to shoot myself in the head to show you my personal second pick. Don't Be Afraid from Final Fantasy VIII by Nobuo Uematsu. The Final Fantasy VIII soundtrack and I have some history together, since listening to it on repeat got me through a tough breakup years ago. Even without those bonus points though, the whole soundtrack to Final Fantasy VIII, or as I like to call it, Fate, is a masterpiece from the opening cutscene all the way to the credits rolling. It's my favorite Final Fantasy soundtrack, so it's no surprise to see its battle theme near the top of my list. The intro to this one is low-key, but the quick, short bursts of notes work well as a battle theme intro. I really love the orchestral style of Don't Be Afraid, and I think it actually sounds like a legitimate orchestra piece. If I heard it on classical radio and had never played the game, I wouldn't think of it as game music. There are a lot of ups and downs throughout the song, a slow bit that builds to something big, only to quiet back down again in order to grow to something even bigger. That constant change kept me on edge during battles while playing the game. Now, a lot of the battles in Final Fantasy VIII consist of watching the Guardian forces do their thing, so the game needed really excellent music to go with the viewing experience. I think Don't Be Afraid works its magic fantastically and is a treat for the ears, while the game was a treat for the eyes, at least back in its day. The graphics are a bit dated, but this song still stands strong. It's also really long as far as battle themes go. I'm talking about how long the music goes before it loops into a repeat, and where most themes have been around a minute to a minute and a half, Don't Be Afraid goes over 2 minutes before finally looping back to the beginning. That's a lot of creativity and thought going into a piece of music that sometimes only gets played for 10 seconds depending on the enemy. Uematsu always manages to impress, and it's no different here. Final Fantasy VIII's battle theme is probably the most technically impressive of my top 8 list. However, the number 1 spot is not this song's fate. That belongs to the next and last song on this list. Battle for Survival from Digital Devil Saga 2 by Shoji Meguro. I was totally blown away by this battle music the first time I heard it. That screeching guitar wail that starts the whole thing off sets the blood on fire for battle, and the fast double pedal drumming keeps the battle lust going. The main riff is simple, but like the Chrono Trigger battle theme, this goes along with the game to draw you into the fight while not distracting you from battle tactics. Something about the way the guitar has a broken up melody in the first section and never seems to quite finish before the bridge leaves me hanging and bracing for more and more. Then there's the small breather with the tight cymbal crashes that keeps the adrenaline pumping all the way up to the climactic completion and connected guitar melody that gives a feeling of confidence. Even when that's over and it goes back to just the drum beats, there's also a high-pitched counter melody, the same that plays during the main melody on top of it, that adds a sense of anxiety. Kind of like, this battle is lasting long, can you make it? Then of course it loops again and pulls you back into the adrenaline mode circle, and that is why I love this song. I listened to it for hours on end and never got tired of it, while still feeling excited for every encounter. Battle for Survival wins my number 1 for this top 8 saga.